Cavan Community Radio. Local issues, local voices. Cavan Community Radio, 97.4 FM.
This is Kate Ennells, and this is the Arts Programme on Cavan Community Radio 97.4 FM. And today I'm in the studio with Caitriona Reilly, who's the Arts Officer in Cavan, and Catherine Ryan from the IFI, Savina Donoghue from the museum, and Tom Sullivan from the library. And we're here today to talk about a new initiative which is funded by the IFI, and it's a four-strand approach to peace and reconciliation involving creative writing, drama, spectacle and music. So Caitriona, maybe to start with you, can you explain a little bit more about the four strands? Personally, I'm interested in the creative writing, so maybe start off with that one.
Sure, thanks very much, Kate. Well, we're very delighted to have received this funding from the IFI, and we feel it will make a huge difference to communities in County Cavan. And we hope that this difference will be made through the arts. It's well recognised that the arts are a wonderful tool for changing societies and societies reimagining themselves and re-envisioning themselves and telling their stories in new and exciting ways.
Absolutely, it's a very experiential way, so it actually impacts on people and people are able to sort of express themselves, which is really important when you're doing peace and reconciliation work, I think.
It is, Kate. It's absolutely about the process. We'll be running a series of workshops using creative writing and drama, using the visual arts, using spectacle making, and also using music. And really, those art forms will be tools for people, as you say, to express themselves, to express maybe issues that have concerned them or are concerning them at the moment in our particular area. Bearing in mind the kind of history that we have experienced here in Cavan and in our particular border area. So it is all about the process. We have a number of experienced facilitators working with community groups, and we've had a fantastic response from the community groups, and indeed we're interested in hearing if there are other people, individuals or groups or bands or whoever out there listening to the programme, that if they're interested in getting involved in this project, we'll be delighted to hear from them, and hopefully they'll engage in one of the strands and work with us over the next 2 years to really make a difference in this area.
Okay, so Caitriona, just try to explain to me, if I was interested, say, in any of them in the creative writing, what would happen to me? What would I have to do?
You probably need to pick up the phone and talk to one of us who are on the committee, or send us an email to say you're interested in being involved. We will be advertising the workshops that will take place. We'll advertise it on the community forum, of course, and in the local media and in the parish bulletins and those kind of places. We'll set up a series of workshops, so maybe we'll have a creative writing facilitator out in Ghana, we'll say, because you're here with us today. And that person they'll meet with the people, and over the course of a number of weeks, those people will be encouraged to tell their stories or to speak about issues that are concerning them and to write about them in a creative way. And I mean, the facilitator will have certain skills and will help the people who come along to the workshops to actually express things that maybe have been hidden for them for a number of years or that they haven't felt able to talk about.
Right, okay.
It won't all be serious stuff. I mean, it will all be about fun, because I mean, the arts is hugely about people being entertained and enjoying themselves and having an opportunity to engage with other people. So it won't be all heavy-duty serious stuff.
Right, so it's an opportunity for me to maybe help me with my writing if that's what I'm interested in, or if it's, say, spectacle. What do you mean by spectacle?
I suppose by this we mean making big pieces that are representative of an idea maybe that a community have. Not everybody would be interested in writing, not everybody's interested in the spoken word, though of course as a country we are very interested in the spoken word, but some people can engage much better if they're actually making something, if they're physically making, well, we say a giant dove, just to make it simplified. Now we won't probably be making giant doves, but you know, that we'll be working with carpentry and with paper and with cardboard and with papier-mâché and with new materials, maybe with multimedia, to create large-scale visual spectacles of people's ideas around the themes that the facilitators will discuss.
And it'll feed into the flower presumably later in the year nicely.
Oh yes, we'll have a number of showcases. I mean, the project is a really it's strongly process based, but the processes will have showcasing events. So the FLA is a wonderful opportunity to showcase some of these events and to showcase just where the community in Cavan is at and all the wonderful work that's happening. So certainly the FLA will be used as a showcase. We'll be showcasing again next March and again next summer. So there'll be a series of showcases throughout the course of the project. It's a 2-year project. Okay.
So Tom, the library, is the writing group going to get involved in this? Or?
Oh yeah, the writing group, we have an active writing group and reading group, and they will be involved certainly. Yeah, give a great opportunity to sort of develop existing talent and nurture new talent.
Absolutely.
Because we also have a wide-ranging committee, as well as Caitriona mentioned. Winston Benton has agreed to the chair of the committee's former chairman of the council, and he has wide-range experience in relation to that and other organisations. Paddy Connaughton, who works in the council here as well, Father Jason Murphy, and the Reverend Craig McCauley. So it's an interdenominational group. Mary Sullivan, Cavan Genealogy, Marion Smith and Kevin Smith, who have a lot of involvement in the FLA. Savina is involved as well. Anne-Marie McPhillips. So it's a very strong and wide-ranging group which will oversee the
management.
And lend a lot of experience to the whole initiative.
That's great. And the museum then, Savina?
Well, we'll be very much involved as well, as much as we can be as a venue, and anything we can facilitate in the museum, we'll be delighted to be associated. It's a brilliant programme, and to be able to engage with so many people who have talents or interests, I just think it's going to be fantastic, and give people an opportunity to get involved and take part if they want.
No, it sounds brilliant. And I have to say, anything that the community radio can do in terms of promoting, but also maybe for your writing group or for your drama group, we could come and record and broadcast some of the dramas. The spectacles are a little bit more difficult on radio.
That'd be wonderful. It'd be great.
And it would be fun to do and work together. And of course, any of those people who are interested in then getting involved in the radio are very welcome to as well. You know, that you might find that they have an interest in taking that arena forward. So anything we can do, do let us know. Catherine, is this a usual, typical IFI project?
Well, as you're aware, Kate, the IFI has been going over 25 years now, so as an organisation and in terms of the type of projects that we funded, you can see how not just as the North and South has evolved over those 25 years, we as an organisation have evolved in terms of, I suppose just reference to your question, the type of projects that we are getting involved in. So more recently, in the past number of years, the fund has deliberately tried to engage with both sides of the community through, I suppose, more creative projects, more imaginative projects. And like you say, instead perhaps of a hard approach to reconciliation and trying to engage the two communities, we've tried to be a bit more open to new ideas and new types of projects that can help reconciliation happen. And when Caitriona first approached us with the idea, we thought it was fantastic, and it, when you first read it, it jumps off the page as something that clearly is different and very ambitious as well, I think, but ultimately I think it'll be a very successful project and really will target and engage the people that we really want to work with.
I think it, and it'll be really interesting in terms of what's produced to see the kind of cross-community approaches. The radio's worked very well in terms of the cross-community approaches, because what it has done is it's brought people together from totally different communities, making programmes about what they're doing, which so many people didn't really know. So it's great, and I assume this will do a similar sort of thing.
Well, we have begun to find that in other projects, that if people, particularly from the creative side or the artistic side, if people as individuals have an interest in something, like perhaps the youth theatre or creative writing or something like that, or filmmaking. We're also involved in a number of filmmaking projects. On an individual basis, they're enticed, they really want to get involved. So it just naturally evolves then, that it actually brings the two communities together, because they're so consumed and really enjoying what they're doing as the piece of work itself that it's almost a fabulous byproduct that
it is.
They're coming into contact with people they may not otherwise have.
It's the way to go forward, I think. Is there any aspect of this, though, that brings people together at the end to discuss the sort of P&R interests at all?
Oh yeah, that's built in throughout the course of the project, but I suppose during the FLAM, because that's when we will have the largest concentration of people together and the largest showcase happening in this year, that is when we will roll out a lot of the peace and reconciliation workshops, and we will have the discussion around the peace and reconciliation. Now, we may, depending on the nature of the work, as it evolves, as the workshops start, we may have to bring in the peace and reconciliation discussion earlier, we may have to bring in the specialists earlier, simply because the nature of the work that we're doing and the issues that might arise. So we're not prescriptive about that. We intend to work that in and weave it into the project as it evolves. But certainly there will be the opportunity to have those discussions in large groups at the showcasing events in August and in March and next summer as well. So.
Right, okay. And so, say for instance in your writing group, you're not necessarily writing about the past or history, or it can just be your own personal experience of whatever.
Well, you know yourself, Kate, you published that book, the Community Forum published the book of the stories, the love stories of people who are now living in this area and had very divided and troubled experiences to get to where they're at now. So the quality of the work that's produced and the quality of engagement will probably be dictated a lot by the participants who are working on the project, who are involved with the project, but also by the facilitators and the triggers that they bring in to do that work. So different approaches, I suppose, will consider the present, the past, and indeed maybe the future, and in different fashions. So I think each of the facilitators and each of the strands will work differently, no doubt.
But people, you needn't go in thinking, God, I'm going to have to write about conflict.
No.
So you just go in and it's to your benefit and
I think it's really about creative expression. It's about expressing yourself. What comes up, will come up.
Right, okay. Well, thank you very much. I wish you luck. I hope to be involved. Do come back to us at any time if there's anything that we can do.